everyone, I'm Lynette. I'm the marketing director here at Liz Moore & Associates, and today I have Liz here with me, and we are going to be talking about multiple offers when you are selling your home. So there's a lot to know about that, lots of great information. And so I wanted to start, Liz, by asking you, we're hearing it's all the buzz, it's a great time to sell your house, but why? What makes this a great time?
It is definitely a great time to sell your house, and there are a couple of reasons for that. The first is definitely the inventory scenario. Okay. And so you may have heard me on prior videos talk about month supply of inventory. Mm-hmm. What that means is how many houses are available on the market for sale divided by how many houses go under contract each month.
Gotcha.
So if nothing new came on the market, how many months would it take to absorb that inventory? And right now in the greater Williamsburg area, we're around 2.3 months of inventory, which is definitely a seller's market. Mm-hmm. In our Newport News market, Greater Peninsula, they're a little bit less than 2 months of inventory. And wow. Richmond is the real seller's market because they are actually less than 1 month of inventory. And that's lower. I've been in the real estate business for 35 years.
And you've never seen it that low?
I have never seen it like that.
Huh.
And so what that means for you as a seller is if you just think about a basic supply and demand equation, there are so many more buyers out there right now than there are sellers.
Right.
You don't have any competition as a seller.
Right.
And that means you're able to push the envelope on price, and you're really able to negotiate terms that are very favorable for you as the seller in this market.
Right. Wow. Okay. So if that's the case, then is there a science behind how you go about advising a seller in this situation?
That's a great question. And absolutely, it's part art and part science, but there is definitely a strategy in a multiple offer market. And I think we see a lot of sellers who assume, because the market is moving at such a fast pace, they can throw a sign in the yard and put in an MLS and be ready to go. I would argue that now more than ever, those weeks before you put your house on the market are more and more important. Okay. Because we want to tee you up to be sure that you're taking advantage of multiple offers.
Right, right. Okay. And so what are those things that you would be doing in those weeks prior?
So the first thing is getting it market ready. And although you don't have to do quite as much what we refer to in the business as lipstick, you don't have to do quite as much of that as you have in a market that is more balanced. Sure. There are still things that you're going to want to do to make sure we get top dollar for your house. Paint, we like to call money in a can. So painting is always important. Staging. Sometimes just investing a few weeks in doing the right things can gain you thousands of dollars in the long run.
Wow. Wow. Okay, that's great. So then if houses are moving like that so quickly and multiple offers are coming in, like a seller would hope, how do you advise a seller on what they should do then?
And how to decide.
And how do they decide which offer is best?
So we're always hoping for multiple offers. That's what we want. Interestingly, it's about way more than the price, though, when you're making a decision. Okay. There is a whole analysis process that an agent goes through to help a seller decide which is the best offer. Okay. Financing plays a big part, how qualified that buyer is, how much money they're investing in the property. Have they seen the property? We're getting a lot of offers from afar from people who have not even physically been to the property to inspect it. Right. And so that will in some cases be a concern. We are going to look at the home inspection contingency and what the buyer's expectation is on repairs, if they're expecting any concessions, if they want you to leave your playset and your washer and dryer and your John Deere. All of those things are part of the equation. And really any other contingencies. So rarely is it just one thing that makes one offer better than another.
Right.
But it is great for you as a seller to be in the driver's seat and be able to negotiate with the leverage.
Right. So Liz, you used the word contingency a couple of times. Explain exactly what is a contingency?
A contingency is something, from a seller standpoint, it's something that the buyer has got to accomplish before they can move forward on the sale.
Gotcha.
So most sales are subject to financing. That's a contingency.
Okay.
A home inspection is a contingency. But sometimes we'll see contingencies like a home sale, where the buyer has got to sell their home before they can buy your home. So all of those things are going to come into those.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so we often hear about escalation clauses being a thing in a market like this. What are your thoughts there?
So
what exactly is that?
Escalation clauses could be a video in and of itself. And actually,
maybe
we probably ought to do that because escalation clauses can be tricky. But in essence, what it means is if a buyer has agreed in advance that they will pay more based on other offers that come in. And it's an automatic formula. So instead of going back and forth, there's a clause in the contract that would jump one buyer's offer over another.
Okay, that sounds a little complicated, but...
It is, but generally speaking, it's a good thing. And truly, Lynette, that's just another reason why it's really important that you've got a great agent that's advising you, because it can mean the difference in thousands of dollars.
Wow. Okay, great. Well, thank you, Liz, for explaining all of that. You heard it, it's a seller's market, and if you've been thinking about putting your house on the market, now is definitely the time to talk to an agent. We've got a lot of great agents here in your area that can help you. If you've been thinking about selling, even if you're not sure if now's the right time or not, we'd love to help you. So shoot us an email at info@lizmore.com. We'll have an agent get in touch with you, explain all of this stuff to you, help you get your house ready, or really even just help you decide if now is a right time. So let us know. We would love to help you.
Absolutely.